Hello guys and welcome back to the Coffee Shop Launchpad. In today's video, I wanted to show you a little bit of what would be expecting you if you would decide to join for the full course or the extended masterclass. The idea will be that I will show you the following points. First, I will start touching the value of the free course, so how much value is actually inserted in this first part of the course, and also the value that we see on the full course. Then we'll jump in this overview of the full Coffee Shop Launchpad course, where I'll give you the complete path that you will find throughout the course. And then finally, we will jump module by module in all of the content that you will be able to find so that you have a good understanding of what kind of topics we speak about and where we are able to help you step by step so that you can fulfill your dream and start your own coffee shop. So I'll jump directly to it. Let's move the slide. First, I want to talk about the value of the free course, right? What you can see is basically you have been invited to this community. You have been joining some of you have been able to take a look at the course. And for me, this free course has a value of basically above $5,000, right? Why do I say so? Because it has all of the elements and all of the development that had taken a long time. This business case development took me more than 2.5 months of development when I was doing basically a lot of business cases in my consultant stay. It took me a lot of time, and basically I put it there for free in the community so that you can jump to it, understand it, and save yourself a lot of time. So yeah, first of all, I just wanted to communicate this value that I see of this free business course, and I'm really glad that you're joining and taking it as a first step so that you can start your coffee shop, and that it really includes all of these 6 years of learning of also having a coffee shop, right? So it's not only these 3.5 months of the first planning, but then now when I was starting to restructure it for all of this course, I really put a lot of thought to it. I put a lot of hours to it, and basically here you have it as a service completely filled with everything that you need to start your coffee shop, and it would save you a lot of time. So I hope that if you use it correctly, that it saves you the 2.5 months that it basically saved me back then, and that you manage to do it much faster with the same level of quality that was happening. And of course, all of this, as we have mentioned a couple of times, is for free. You have been part of this free community, and we're really glad that you're here. And we're also looking forward to taking you to the rest of the journey. If we take a look at the rest of the course, you can also see the full roadmap. As I have mentioned, you have been part of this inspiration and business case part that is the free part of the course. But of course, there's much more to learn about how to opening a coffee shop, right? How to choose the right place, how to set a playbook for the setup so that it can be really optimized. What is the supplier game and how you can be really good at it to optimize all of your costs. How you can focus on the people and your team so that you really give an absolute great performance and that you develop a place that you really want to be working on. Some tips before you open, how to optimize it when you're on the run, and some aspects that we call this extra sauce and next level that I will get into it in a second. One of the things that I always like to really mention and communicate is that if you don't manage to save one more than $1,000 after doing this course, with all of the content that has been prepared and showed to you in during the videos, I can give you your money back, right? So it's a guarantee that I will be basically supporting you step by step, and that there's this money back guarantee that if you don't get more value from these videos and this knowledge when finalizing the course, I will be fully open to start a conversation and see why this did not work for you and what we can do better. And now, speaking a little bit about all of the different parts of the course and the different modules, you see, as you know, this first part of the video where we have the module one, the business case for beginners. Some of the content that you saw is this revenue structure and the ins, the variable and fixed and personal costs, that would be the outs, how we put all of the pieces together. And basically, after the first module, you would be able to have your first financial model. These are the first videos that we have uploaded in the free community. Summarizing then the module number two, it's about finding the right place. Here we speak mostly about the location strategy, how to find the dream place, and where not to be really lost when you find a location that fills many of the characteristics but has any red flags. We also talk about build and buy. If you really want to focus on building a coffee shop or buying, what we also include in this section what we did personally in our case and why we went in this direction. But it's some decision that you really need to take by yourself. And we also speak a lot about the financing and how you can basically put all of the pieces together. In the module three, we speak about the setup playbook. So, how can you optimize your workflow? How you can make your space and layout correctly? What kind of equipment decisions are key so that you can work properly and don't lose time in the places that it doesn't make sense? And of course, also talking about a lot about this design and efficiency. There's also the module four where we talk about the supplier game, how you can manage supplier relationships, how you do coffee sourcing, and what is very, very important to talk about your margins, to optimize your margins, and to really have a profitability that makes sense. And also here we speak about some this topic that has been asked a lot throughout the community of food versus not food. What is my perspective on that? How you can approach it? What decisions can you make? And how you can basically also balance it out with the kind of concept that you really want to achieve. Talking about module five, here it's where I talk about the people. So it's all about you, your motivation, your sacrifices, your ambitions. So there's one video focused only on you and what you want to achieve, your vision, your mission, and basically getting your setup and your mental, emotional, and your all of these pieces of yourself together so that you can handle opening a coffee shop. That it's a tough and long journey. Also, I have a video on going solo or finding the right partners, how you can hire the baristas, building and training systems so that it makes sense and that everyone in the team works accordingly and that there's this communication and great feeling being included in the team. And of course, also one video on creating a culture that really retains a great staff. So these are the main topics that I speak throughout this module five. Speaking about module six, I go through this soon before you open, where we talk about a lot about pricing, how you should price your products, what's the idea about ramping up, and how you can basically do the staffing. That it's one of the key questions that everyone asks themselves. Okay, how many people do I need now? And that many people also in the community have already asked, right? So how many people do I need when I'm scaling in the first phase, in the second phase? So we really dig into these questions and try to tackle them. Talking about module seven, we talk about on the run. So, how we take every review seriously and what you can do about it, and how you can create a system also to speak about your reviews with your team and how you can integrate them. We also have a video on knowing your numbers and really having an idea what's going on inside your shop number wise on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And of course, then we talk about protecting your margins and focusing on these small and bigger leaks that basically sink all of the ships so that you can really stay profitable. Looking at level module 8 and 9, these are the ones that I'm still working at. Here I have included this one secret recipe. I have included one video where we will be speaking about the most selling product from our coffee shop. That was our secret recipe, and it's really been a hit. It's basically what we call an iced cappuccino with cold foam. And I will share it with you so that you also have access to that. And after that, I have a couple of videos focusing mostly on technology, how I have used technology to optimize the coffee shop, from AI to optimize ordering, to all of the tools so that you can improve the performance of your coffee shop, so that you can improve also the analysis of your baristas and the performance and the selling and how much people you need. So all of the AI setup that you can also do to support your performance, and also how you can implement it. So I talk about that, and I also give some of the tools or examples how you can develop them throughout these courses. But good. Also to summarize, if you join the paid courses, you don't only just get videos, you get, of course, these trainings and templates that I have mentioned. You will get also this one-on-one support and sparing. You will get the community aspect, and you will get this AI assistant that is trained with all of the content of the community. So you will have a lot of resources to focus on. Finally, I have also heard that many of you guys in the community are not the kind of people that would love to go through an online course and to learn everything video by video. So what I have also included is a different part of the offering. An offering that it's called the mastermind or full support, where I can help you one on one in all of the topics that I have just mentioned, with complete and full support from my side. So, working one on one with me on calls, where we prepare basically the topics that you need and you find important. The idea of these calls is basically that you take a little bit about a look at the content, what we have, and we dig into the topics that you find most challenging. We can either review your business case, we can take a deeper look of the optimization of your running costs, we can take a look at your personnel or your struggling situations. So really you can select topic by topic where you want to focus, and basically I also offer a guarantee for this, right? So that you get a clear and structured action plan. And with this guarantee it comes that if you basically don't save more than $2,500 by the applying of this mastermind on the period of 1 year, then I'm also completely ready to get your money back. So I'm also really, really glad to support you in this direction. There has been a lot of people also being going for this kind of service. So I'm really, really very happy with the feedback that we have gotten here. The places will be very limited because I cannot support as many coffee shops as you would imagine, of course, parallelly, but I will do my best to cover as many as I can. So these places are very, very limited. And if you want to go in this direction instead of jumping in the courses and implementing yourself, I'm also fully open to support you. So the idea is to reach out to me. Let me know what you want, because in the end, for me, the idea is to achieve this vision of having a world map of places all around the world and having paint pointed all of the coffee shops that I have basically supported. So I'm step by step going that. We have already the first ones going on, as this project is basically recent. But yeah, we have the first ones. I will of course share the complete board once we're a little bit more advanced. But I want to do this together with you by improving as many coffee shops worldwide as it's possible. So, are you ready to build something real? In this case, if this is the case, feel free to reach out to me, book a call, book the online course, whatever you prefer, and we can always exchange. As you know, I'm always in the community, dropping messages, answering questions, exchanging here and there. But let me know. I'm here to discuss with you and to support you achieve your coffee shop dreams. So, looking forward to continuing this exchange with you and speaking to you also personally.